a famous celebrity broke up with his first love publicly to save his career, only to regret his actions later. Will she ever forgive him, or will she move on with her life? Grab your popcorn, and let's dive into this intriguing story. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, we're discussing a captivating Nigerian movie that's more than just entertainment. It's packed with valuable life lessons you won't want to miss. So, let's get into it. The movie begins with a young celebrity, Ray, asleep in his bedroom. His manager bursts in to wake him up for the day's activities. Meanwhile, a young lady named Amira is already running late. Her mother scolds her for not waking up early and reminds her of the importance of punctuality. After a quick breakfast, Amira hurries out to meet her friend Joshua, who has been waiting for her. At the campus, before the lecture begins, some ladies mock Amira, seemingly out of jealousy. Joshua consoles her, encouraging her to focus on what's important. When the lecture starts, the professor is displeased with Amira, though it's unclear why. The day continues with the students diving into their academic responsibilities. Later that same day, at a radio station, the host enthusiastically introduces Ray, the well-known celebrity, showering him with praise. During the show, Ray reveals that he doesn't have a girlfriend and makes a special announcement. He plans to go on a date with one lucky fan. To participate, his female fans are asked to record a video explaining why they want to go on a date with him. Amira, who is a huge fan of Ray, hears about the announcement while hanging out with Joshua. Joshua, skeptical of the whole idea, dismisses it as a publicity stunt. He even asks Amira if she plans to participate, knowing Ray is her celebrity crush. Amira reassures him that she's not interested and doubts she would be chosen even if she tried. That evening, Ray reviews the fan videos with his manager. They laugh at some of the amusing and flattering comments from the participants. Meanwhile, Ray takes a drive to clear his mind. His driver takes a detour due to an accident blocking the road. Along the way, Ray notices a young lady being harassed by some men. Without hesitation, he steps in to rescue her. The crowd recognizes him and starts cheering. The young lady turns out to be Amira, and she faints upon realizing who her savior is. Ray quickly takes Amira to the hospital in his car. On the way, she regains consciousness and is overwhelmed to see her favorite celebrity. She almost faints again, but Ray steadies her. He drops her off at her destination, and she gives him an emotional hug before he leaves. Amira is ecstatic about meeting and hugging her celebrity crush. That night, she can't contain her excitement and jumps on her bed in pure joy. The next day, Amira shares her encounter with Ray to Joshua, who becomes upset and walks away without explanation. Meanwhile, Ray, busy working on his new single for an upcoming concert, is asked by his manager to select one winner from the top 3 videos submitted by his female fans. Ray chooses the first video he watches, despite his manager's attempts to sway his decision. Back at the campus, the students are abuzz with social media trends. During the lecture, many are distracted by the news. After class, Amira confesses to Joshua that she participated in the contest and apologizes for lying to him. Joshua, hurt, decides to distance himself, leaving Amira to deal with her choices. At home, Amira is anxious about how her mother might react to the trending news. Surprisingly, her mother is supportive and encourages her to follow her heart. She advises Amira to focus on what makes her happy, assuring her that Joshua will eventually come around. Just then, Amira receives a call from Ray's manager, Patrick, informing her of the date and the details of the event. Amira is thrilled and expresses her gratitude. The next day, Patrick arrived and took Amira to a fashion house, where she received all the necessary styling to ensure she looked outstanding. When she finally met Ray at a classy, high-standard restaurant, Ray was amazed by her appearance. She hugged him joyfully, and the two enjoyed a lovely dinner together. During their conversation, Amira shared how Ray's song, "Empty Space," helped her recover from the trauma of losing her father in a car accident. In turn, Ray opened up about his late mother, who inspired the song. This emotional exchange deepened their connection as they sympathized with each other and enjoyed the evening. Ray later drove Amira home, confessing that he thoroughly enjoyed the date. They parted ways on a positive note. The following day, at the radio station studio, the host discussed the memorable date, praising Ray and the lucky girl who got to spend time with him. Listeners shared their opinions, adding to the buzz about the event. Meanwhile, back at the campus, Amira apologized to Joshua, who forgave her, and they resumed their friendship. However, many of the other ladies on campus were envious of Amira's newfound attention. While working in his studio on a new single, Ray found himself thinking about Amira. These thoughts inspired him to write lyrics for his next song. When his chef offered to assist him, Ray insisted that he take a rest, as he wanted to focus on his work uninterrupted. Over time, Ray and Amira began to grow closer, frequently chatting and calling each other day and night. Ray kept their budding friendship a secret from Patrick, but Amira confided in her mother. When her mother asked about their relationship over dinner, Amira insisted that they were just friends. The next day at campus, Ray surprised Amira by visiting her. He called her, and she excitedly told Joshua about it before leaving to meet him. Amira was impressed by Ray's outfit, a clever disguise to conceal his celebrity identity, as they went out for lunch together. This left Joshua feeling excluded. Ray and Amira continued to spend more time together, both through calls and thoughtful gifts that Ray sent her. One day, Ray invited Amira to his house for a special lunch. She enjoyed the meal and the entire experience at his luxurious apartment. During the visit, Ray presented her with more expensive gifts and boldly confessed his feelings, expressing that he wanted to be her boyfriend. Amira was shocked and surprised by his declaration. The following day at school, Amira shared everything that had happened with Joshua, including Ray's confession. Joshua, however, warned her not to trust Ray, believing that he might be trying to take advantage of her. His advice persuaded Amira, and they went to lunch together. Later that day, Ray began calling Amira repeatedly, but she ignored all his attempts to reach her. Her mother noticed her behavior and sensed that something was wrong. Ray didn't give up. He kept calling, visiting her campus, and sending text messages, but Amira remained unresponsive. Eventually, Amira's mother confronted her and asked what was going on between her and Ray. Amira opened up about Ray's confession, expressing her confusion about his feelings, especially since she felt they came from two very different worlds. Her mother advised her to think carefully and not make a decision she might regret. After reflecting on her mother's words, Amira decided to meet Ray. When she saw him, she hugged him passionately, and he held her close. The next day at campus, Amira informed Joshua about her decision. She told him she had followed her mother's advice and agreed to be Ray's girlfriend. Joshua was happy for her, but unbeknownst to them, a lady nearby secretly recorded their conversation. Some days later, Patrick approached Ray with alarming news that could potentially sabotage his career. He showed Ray a trending video of him and Amira circulating on all social media platforms. Ray was shocked, and Amira was equally distressed when she saw the video. At the radio station studio, the story was widely reported, leading to a backlash from many of Ray's female fans. Some of them unfollowed him, expressing disappointment over his relationship with Amira. Patrick confronted Ray, urging him to fix the mess before it got worse. At that moment, Amira arrived, panicking over the threats she had been receiving through calls and messages. Ray advised her to stay off her phone for a while and then left to handle the situation. Ray later went live from his studio to address the viral video. In the live stream, he denied any romantic involvement with Amira, shocking everyone, especially those on campus. Joshua called Amira and told her to check her phone. When she saw Ray's live video, she was devastated. The next day, Ray visited Amira's house, pleading with her mother to allow him to see her. He apologized to Amira for his actions, explaining that he only denied their relationship to protect her. However, Amira was furious and tried to send him out of the house. Ray begged for her forgiveness, even offering to do whatever it would take to make things right. Amira told him to go live again and tell the world the truth about their relationship, but Ray refused. Hurt, Amira left the room. Both Ray and Amira spent time reflecting on their relationship and the beautiful moments they had shared. Ray couldn't sleep, tormented by guilt, while Amira, in tears, tore down all the photos of Ray in her room. At the campus, Amira attended her lectures, but was taunted by Kate and her friends, who called her names. Kate revealed that she had leaked Amira's private information about her relationship with Ray online, adding that she was the reason Ray broke up with her. Enraged, Amira confronted Kate, and a fight broke out, but they were quickly separated. Later, Joshua approached Amira, and she told him what Kate had said. Instead of supporting her, Joshua sided with Kate, confessing that he had always opposed her relationship with Ray because he was secretly in love with her. Amira was stunned and left without saying a word. Meanwhile, Patrick noticed that Ray had been neglecting his career, skipping shows, and failing to work on new music. He encouraged Ray to move on and focus on his career, but Ray admitted he couldn't. He confessed that he deeply regretted hurting Amira, calling her the most extraordinary girl he had ever met. That same day, Amira opened up to her mother about everything going on between her, Ray, and Joshua. Her mother advised her to make Joshua understand that they could only be friends and that she should focus on her happiness. She also suggested that Amira move on from Ray, as she deserved peace and joy in her life. Although Amira was unsure about following this advice, she decided to think it over. The next day at campus, Amira approached Joshua and explained why they couldn't date, emphasizing that their relationship should remain a friendship. She told him he was like the brother she never had. Joshua accepted her decision, and they reconciled, choosing to move forward as friends. At the radio station studio, Ray finally confessed his relationship with Amira during a live interview. He expressed his genuine love for her and revealed how she had inspired many of his songs, something he had never shared with her before. He apologized publicly and invited Amira to a performance where he planned to debut a song he had written about her, even naming it after her. The radio host was moved by Ray's heartfelt confession and urged Amira not to let him down. Meanwhile, Amira and Joshua heard the news. Despite the emotional plea, Amira was no longer interested in Ray's words and left, visibly heartbroken. On the day of Ray's performance, he delivered an incredible rendition of his new single, captivating the audience with his emotions and talent. To everyone's surprise, Amira showed up. Ray was overjoyed to see her, and they shared a heartfelt dance, celebrating a moment of triumph and reconciliation. This tale teaches us the importance of standing by the people we love, regardless of the challenges we face. It also emphasizes the need to entrust our personal information only to those who genuinely deserve our trust while being cautious. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more exciting updates on the latest Nigerian movies. See you next time.